Want to keep up with the latest Camodo gaming videos? Be sure to subscribe and click that bell. Hello YouTube, Camodo Gaming here, bringing you guys another episode of Tiny Town VR, and yes folks, we're back once again, and first off, I want to thank you guys for all the love and support on the return to Tiny Town, because last week's episode did extremely well. So if you missed it, we did a little Star Wars battle over here. I'll flash it in the top right corner, that way you can check that out, but today, we are going to be doing a viewer request. So, how this series works is I get you guys to comment below with what you want to see in the town next, and the top result for actual suggestions was they want to see some more SCP-173. So, the suggestion was to have a van get hit by the train over in the Apocalypse world, and I guess another SCP escapes. But I'm going to take that idea and modify it a little bit. I think we're going to actually do a lab for the SCP, and they're going to have an escape, but SCP-173 is going to duplicate itself. There's going to be like a whole bunch of clones of SCP-173, and they're going to be escaping, and I guess they're going to be snapping some necks. Oh, that sounds kind of wrong, actually. But yeah, I think that's what we're going to do here today. So it's kind of like the original idea in the comments section, but that's not a very big scene with just doing a van getting hit and a couple of them escaping. So I want to make it a little bit more large scale. And I might still use the van idea too. Maybe it's getting hit, or maybe it gets into a crash in traffic or something like that. So we're going to be doing that here today. If you guys have any suggestions for future episodes, comment below. And while you're down there, maybe hit that thumbs up button. It helps out my channel, and let's do this. Alright, so the SCP facility. Now, a lot of the facilities should be underground, and I can't really do that in Tiny Town because, yeah, the ground creates this weird effect. Like, I could go into here, but I just don't see me being able to create that. What happens if I stick a piece under here? I just want to test this real quick. So if I have something under... Oh. Well, it kind of works. I mean, I guess I could make like maybe an entrance to the bunker, and this will be a first for Tiny Town. We've never done this before. So if I were to do that and then maybe take out a square, let's say this square here. So now we've got a hole. Let's take out two actually. And I think I have a ramp piece that I can potentially use to make this look right. This is going to be weird. Now we're going to fence this area off too, because of course you don't want the public getting down in here and figuring out what's actually down below. But give me a second, let me see if I can find a way to make this work, because I've always had requests to do underground things, and I've never had an idea as to how to do them. Alright, so the facility is really taking shape, so I want to show you guys what we had to do to make it look like we actually have something underground. So I was initially thinking about just using this piece and saying this led down to the bunker, but a lot of times on the facilities, on the games, and what I've seen from the Gmod maps, there's always like a road that has access to a part of the underground. So if you come into the facility here, you've got a road that leads down to the underground bunker, or you can use the elevator over here if you're just walking around. So I'm going to put some medical buildings up here. We're going to fence this area off. The outbreak will probably be happening up here. Maybe I'll put a hole in the ground, or maybe we'll have that flipped over van with the SCP spilling out. Now, I don't know why they're getting cloned. I mean, that might be up to you guys to decide. Maybe it's something to do with the grandmas, because we all know they're clones too. But let's go ahead and head underground. Alright, so this is really, really awkward. We're building under the map. So I've got a bit of an idea. I'm not going to build a full facility down here. There's just going to be one little area down here, and then maybe we can expand as soon as I figure out how I'm doing this, because this is really odd, because you can see up through the sky. And yeah, you can see through the ground, so that you shouldn't be able to see that. So how do I close that off? I mean, I've got some blocks I can use. I know how to close the bottom off and maybe the walls, but the top's a little tricky. Alright, so I realized it is really hard to work under here because I keep grabbing stuff I'm not supposed to be grabbing, but we've got a bit of an underground facility. Now, I still have not figured out how to plug the top of this to where it's actually sealed off, but I found a way to do the walls. We got the floor in here. So you drive down through the big gates here, and you've got the facility which would be under this, even further down, but this is like vehicle storage, and I guess more containment, and then you've got like an elevator over there. So yeah, it's a bit awkward. We'll have to work with this some more, but I feel like I need to go ahead and go back to the surface and work on where the actual scene's going to be. and then maybe we'll go back underground. Alright, so what I'm doing next, I'm going to go ahead and close the facility off. Let's go ahead and make sure we've got the walls matching. A little bit bigger there. There we go. Looking fantastic. You know, it really does feel really good being back in Tiny Town. I took that big old break, and I kept having people ask, Camodo, where's Tiny Town at? So, yeah, we're doing it now. I'm actually really excited to see the comments section and see what you guys suggest next, because that's pretty much how we're going to decide what we're doing. So let me close this off real quick, and we're going to figure out how SCP-173 escaped. Alright, so the facility is closed off. Now, I think we're going to make a hole in the wall. Now, I have a couple questions. I know a bit about 173 here, and I know that you're not supposed to blink, and I guess when you're not looking or you're blinking, it moves and it can attack you. Now, question is, can it teleport through walls, or do I need to break something down in order to get it access to the city? Alright, you know what? That's what we're going to do. Here, let's break down this wall, and I've got another wall that I can place here. So, maybe we'll have a car that crashed through this wall. That way we can let them out in the city. Now, it still doesn't explain the whole fact that there's a huge one over there, but I really find it convenient that it's aimed towards the facility. So it's like it's coming over here, and it's wiping out parts of the city. Alright, so there's your hole in the wall. Let's go and go back to military here. We need a place... actually, we do need to place some sort of personnel here. You know, I don't think we're going to let the grandmas be involved in this yet. Maybe they'll fight them later on in the city, but... I was using the kind of blue for the vehicles down there, so we used the military, the little blue people here, for the facility workers. So, obviously, we also need a vehicle that's crashed through here. Maybe one went out of control. Maybe one of the SCP got to the driver, and yeah, it took off and maybe ran through the wall here. Does that look like it can do enough damage? Maybe we should use the tank. We very well might use that. It's a little bit bigger. It might make a little bit more sense how it made such a huge hole in the wall. There we go. So that all collapsed down. Sweet. Okay, so we have how they got out of the facility. Question is, how did they get out of the bunker? So, you know what? I'm thinking we might do the hole in the ground. Would that make the most sense? No, it actually wouldn't. They somehow got out, and I haven't quite explained that. I guess first things first, we should probably start placing a bunch of them around. That way it looks like a ton of them got cloned, and they're escaping here. Oh, yes. Now, also, if anybody puts workshop items up, if you guys have any more SCP, I would love to have more in the city, besides just 173 here. Alright, so we are starting to set up a bit of a battle here. So, yeah, they're trying to contain the SCP inside of the facility, and it's not going really well at all, because people keep blinking, people keep looking away, and yeah, this is not good. So, as you can see, by the way, if you didn't know, SCP-179 typically takes his victims out by either snapping of the neck, or I think it said strangulation, and yeah, we're gonna have a whole lot of that going on right now. That sounds weird. Alright, so let's get a look at the action here. So, yeah, I said this was going bad, and I mean, it's going really bad. So, what you've got happening, you got people that are getting taken out. Of course, that's about as far as I can bend somebody's head back on the characters. So, you kind of get what's going on there. People are running around, they're panicking, they're trying to hold them back. It's already taken out a whole squad of soldiers here. Medics are trying to drag people off. Yeah, it's not good. I'd probably be like this guy back here. He's running for the gate, even though it's closed. Maybe run for the hole or something. So yeah, you can see that happening over here. One's getting thrown. They're really gathering up over here. They're getting ready to go out the hole here in the side of the building, or the side of the wall here. And yeah, there's a ton of chaos happening. There's the tank drivers. They got taken out. People running around. And yeah, chaos is just breaking loose right now. You know, it's so weird seeing this facility from up here, and then it's just like in the background, you just see Star Wars stuff happening. That is the beauty of Tiny Town here. That is amazing looking. Alright, so there's some more stuff I need to add. I'm still kind of debating on this underground part. Like, I really don't know how to close this up, and I really don't know what else to do here. I'm probably going to add some troops down here, so I'm going to say all the SCP have already exited the facility down here. So maybe they got through the gate somehow. Maybe it was partially opened. But yeah, we need to make it look like they've already ravaged this whole area. Alright, so it might be a little hard for you guys to see here, but yeah, I've added the aftermath of the escape here. So yeah, you can see tons of people are down in here. This poor guy over here got thrown against the wall. And yeah, it's not pretty. They've already cleared this area out. So let's go back up here. Oh man, it would be a dream if I were to somehow be able to get a SCP-096 model, because that's my all-time favorite. I think I've told you guys that a couple of times actually. Yeah, that'd be really nice to get. Alright, so you have the facility here. You have all the chaos that's happening inside. I guess we can go ahead and have a little bit of response outside. Say the police are getting ready or they've heard something's happening, so they're trying to stop it. You know, the grandmas over here where this whole thing's going down, they could probably just walk over here and just help. Also, one more thing I forgot to add. Let me find it. It's that custom explosion. I was thinking maybe this could be how they somewhat got out. Because, you know, there's probably elevators in some of these buildings as far as to get down into the bunker. So, potentially they also got out through one of the buildings. I'm assuming the whole facility down below is probably in complete ruins. But yeah, that just kind of adds like a little explosion effect over there. I like that. Okay, so let me go ahead and go over to town, and let's go ahead and add a couple cops arriving on scene. Maybe some ambulance vehicles around here. It's going to look cool. Alright, so the police have arrived, fire is arriving, and I'm assuming this tank busting through is probably just happened. So I'm going to add a bit of a smoke effect to where the dust and all that is starting to settle. So let's go ahead and go like this. So I'm going to add this around here. This is a pretty detailed area. I'm really, really happy with the way this came out. I'm just still, like I said, a little sad that we don't have more SCP to play with. I mean, I could try to make some custom ones, but I have a feeling with the parts or the pieces given here in Tiny Town, it's not going to look right. But we'll maybe work on that here in the future. And like I said, if anybody is a workshop creator that watches my videos here, feel free. If there's a way we can get some more of those in there, that would be much appreciated. So, anyways, here is the facility. Super happy with the way this one came out. Thank you guys for all the love and support. If you guys have any ideas, like I said, for anything, comment below. But also the downstairs or underground area, I'd like to know what you guys think about that. Maybe what we can do next. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and we will see you guys next time in Tiny Town.